with her Japanese opponent in the quarterfinals, just continued to be tough and got a takedown literally in the last 5 seconds of the match to win.
Two countries, when you look at these competitors who really are their sports icon when you go back to their homeland, as Egypt doesn't have a lot of women's wrestling with the resume that HAMZA has been able to put together, so she truly is an icon for Egyptian wrestling moving forward. And then with Adeline Gray and her accolades, she has really become the face of American women's wrestling with her consistency throughout the years. So two countries at different levels right now as far as women's wrestling, but both these competitors so important to the continued growth in their respective countries moving forward.
Absolutely, and Adeline is really the poster child for women's wrestling and for wrestling in the United States, being a 5-time world champion, 2-time Olympian.
Good job there from the Egyptian as she'll get the early point with HAMZA and a 1-0 lead.
And she kept her feet moving and stayed in the face of Adeline Adeline Gray as she got this first step out point. Adeline has so much confidence when it comes to wrestling. I showed my students a video about her that they did about mental health, and she said with positive mental self-talk, she talked about, and I found it really interesting, what you say to yourself. Would you say it to your best friend? You know, you want to be able to tell yourself, I'm the best. I'm good enough. And she does that. Her confidence is high, and she never feels like she's out of a match.
Look at the counter again by HAMZA. Had the leg up for a moment. Gray trying to avoid that second step out. She's looking for a trip of her own. HAMZA stumbles a little bit, regains her balance. Gray remains on the attack. Pretty good scramble situation here. Gray reaches close to stepping out is HAMZA. She's able to reposition to a little bit better, and the two disengage. So quite a scramble with no points. Both wrestlers with opportunities.
Absolutely. Watch Adeline Gray's position. She is a good push-pull wrestler. Right there, she pulled HAMZA's head down. She came to the inside of the leg. HAMZA pulled her leg back, and Adeline was able to pull her down to a front headlock. What never happened there was the ref never blew the whistle. And so HAMZA turned her back to Adeline, walked back to the center, and nothing happened. The ref blew his whistle like, well, I guess we're stopping.
Trying to work hard on the right arm of the Egyptian is Gray. 2 minutes into this opening period, the one step out point. Adeline Gray now drops the arm, tried to go on for that straight on approach. Goes right back on the arm of HAMZA. 35 seconds remaining. And a stoppage, and this will be a warning of passivity to the Egyptian. It's kind of tough, though, when you got Gray, who's got that strong grip and just not freeing that arm up. It's really a position where HAMZA can't do much.
Right, and you see it often with Adeline Gray. She's not afraid to go 1-0 or 2-1 into the second period, or even 1-1, because her pace and her pressure, she gets her opponents tired. She gets them second-guessing where they're doing. Coach Nate Engel in the corner as Adeline's made her way up to Oregon State University in Corvallis to work at the Beaver Dam, as they like to call it up there. And, yeah.
Beautiful place.
It is beautiful.
So Gray gets the step-out point. She was close to getting a takedown. She actually did not want the step-out. She was still working her move, but anytime you go out of bounds, the action stops. So that's why we're still at 1, and that's why both wrestlers head to the corners. You know, if you're HAMZA, you got to be pretty happy right now. The 2-time Olympian battling the 5-time world champion. Let's talk adjustments, starting with Gray. What's the message in the corner right now?
To continue with your good high pace. You know, continue digging those underhooks, but I think they're going to say they want her to change her level and get to a high-level attack, because she was doing the pressure and the squeezing, tiring out HAMZA a little bit. Don't be surprised if we see her scoring early in this second period.
What do you anticipate from HAMZA?
Hey, keep it close. We saw in the last match, if she can keep it close, if she can get maybe another step out and just keep her body to the center of the mat and not give up position, then she could be in this. Adeline Gray creates her opponents making mistakes just with her high pace and her motion.
HAMZA jumping on the head, has the head buried, but there goes Gray right back on the right arm of the Egyptian. Pair of step outs, that's been the points. Gray with the tiebreaker because she had the last point scored, and she continues to stay on the offense.
Feet to back.
Four-pointer, goes to the wrench, gets the roll, up 7-1. Adeline Gray with the gut wrench. Re-grips, goes for a second turn.
And this is where she's the best in the world. When she gets into parterre and top position, she can beat just about anybody. She looks for the falls. She can smell a pin. And here she goes, working HAMZA to her back. Our official's going to work to the other side, look for the fall, and there it is, a fall for Adeline Gray.
And a smile from Adeline Gray, breaking open a tight first period. Top position, it just doesn't take much. A master of the skill from parterre.